Hey, what's up, everybody? Merry Christmas Eve. We are looking at the price of Theta, and it is back at $2.40. We were expecting this to get back moving into the retracement levels. We're nowhere near the retracement levels, but it's good to see that we sort of made this move here. The problem, though, is now it looks three wave-ish, right? So this really needs to be, if this is going to be any substance, we need one, two. This needs to get going for a 3, 4, 5, right? Or at least, something like that. Otherwise, it just looks to me like it's three waves, right? I mean, it could go even a little bit higher. The big thing is we need to break above this area, which is right at 280. So um, it still looks really good. We got an impulse to the upside, right? We got a three-wave pullback, and now we're tracking this current wave structure. And so what could the possibilities be? Well, number one, we can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we kind of flag out a little bit and then continue. That would be the best case scenario right there. The other case is that we get 3 up, we get 3 back down, we come back and we revisit the low, we take that liquidity out, right? Get a little bit of a trend here, pop back up, and we go up in 5. Then we pull back, then we go. So 3, 3, 5. Just basically a bigger three-wave move that has the potential to turn into a 4 and a 5. So those are the two ideas bullishly that we could look at. Same kind of idea bullishly is essentially just kind of ranging in here a little while. Maybe a Wyckoff and then a breakout, which wouldn't be bad at all. The other idea is that this is just, we got 3 down, we got sort of this another 3 here, another 3 here, another 3 here, right? And then maybe another 3 down. And that would be W, X, Y, X, Z. W, X, Y, X, Z. Basically a giant bull flag. So there's your flag, there's your flagpole, here's your flag, and then we break out. And that, is also very bullish, but keep in mind you would have to be taking out those lows. So how do you know which ones are going to be? Well, based off the current wave structure, it just doesn't give me the warm and fuzzy feeling yet, because it just, that's all I got is a three-wave move. So what I'm looking for here, let's zoom in. This to me looks like a nice impulse. We had a three-wave pullback, but what is that? What is that? Well, it could be just a couple 1, 2s. We have a 1, 2, or actually, let's see. Let me look at that a little closer. So we got higher highs, higher lows. That's good. Step 1, we have an impulse, and then we sort of have this running flat. So that could be a 1, 2. And then we have another impulse, a 1. That could also be a 2. So flagging there. So it looks like we got a 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we have a very nice looking impulse here. I don't even know if it's finished. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Could be a 1 and then another 2. Or this is the start of a third wave of some kind. So I think, it's not bad when you zoom in on it. It looks pretty decent. The other case is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's some kind of diag. Could be a wave 1, right? So this could be a wave 1. Here's your 3-way pullback. That's a 2. And this right here could be a wave 1 of wave 3. So then we pull back in wave 2 of wave 3. And then we have that big, big, big one that gets us to the retracement levels, the third of the third. So there you go. That's pretty much how I look at that. Again, how do you know what it's going to be? I mean, you got to track it. That's the hard part. You just got to be watching it and seeing how things play out. So if we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come up, hit the 5, right? Then it's going to most likely be that we're heading higher, right? So it most likely could be that this is part of, a bigger impulse that's gearing up. If we pull back, then it could be a diag, and it still has a 1, 2, which still would have more upside, right? So either way, I think it's coming, but we just need to, we really want to stay above this low here, which is right at 208, and preferably even more so 217, 220. So the top of this right here. So as long as we stay above that, we could trend all the way down. As long as we stay above this, I think we're looking pretty good. So we have a retracement. By the way, HBAR kind of made a little move, and I actually was able to get a decent price on it. And it's odd because I really don't trade HBAR a lot. I don't know. I just don't. But I was feeling a little bit, I don't know. I just had a weird feeling about it. And when we look at the prices today, Theta's up 3%, Dog's up 2.25%. You got ICP up 3.5%. You got Litecoin up 2%, XRP 3.5%. Jasmine, look at that, 9%. Bitcoin 4%. Wow, look at that. Polkadot 2%. SHIB 2.25%, or almost 3%. Flow 3.25%, right? But look at HBAR, 11%. That's a big winner there. So we're going to look at that chart in just a minute. So right now we got through the retracement levels of this wave. So, and we're starting to look at that. We're back testing this one, the swing high. So let's zoom in a little bit here. Get rid of that. Kind of looks like to me that, maybe you're getting some kind of zigzag, or maybe it kind of comes up and then you get a zigzag, or kind of just building a base in here. Not really convinced just quite yet on it. So we're just going to have to circle back to Theta. But let's zoom out a little bit here and let's look at the daily. So when we look at the daily looks actually really good. And that's even more important, right? I mean, you can clearly see. Look at that. We're getting right on top of that supply line. So it's oscillating very nicely. This is what you want. I mean, that is textbook perfect oscillation. Oscillation is up, down, up, right? So you're getting that W shape within that bull flag. So typically you want to kind of go sideways in here just a little bit, maybe just a little bit like that, right? But instead of coming down, you break out, right? Now we could even come back down to the mean, which is down here. Don't really want to do that. But again, if this is 3 up, we could get 3 down and then maybe get 5 up later. So that's pretty much it for Theta. All right, HBAR. So HBAR, look at that. We have a big bullish engulfing candle. We got 3 white soldiers. That is a 3 white soldier. I have no idea why they call it that. I don't know. I just don't know why they call it that, but that's what it's called. That's a bullish pattern here. Small, medium, large, right? You got 3 white soldiers on the hunt. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, on one way you can look at it like that, we've totally broken out. Another way you can look at it like that, we've completely broken out. So that's what we want to see for the rest of the market, right? That's what we want to see for everything else. XRP, Theta, right? So let's zoom out a little bit here and see where we're at. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, so I'm looking at the weekly chart and it looks pretty interesting because you know, look at this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 1. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an A. And then you got 1, 2, 3. That's a B. And then you got, looks like 5 to me in there. Somewhere in there is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a C. Which is a wave 2. So we have a 1, 2. And this looks like the beginning of a wave 3. So this could easily reset in here and just keep pumping massively. And since HBAR is kind of just pretty much nothing to it, you know, we've only had one real season, and that was wave 1. So just imagine what wave 3 is going to be. It could totally destroy XRP in terms of percentages, you know. So HBAR could be a bigger winner than XRP by far because of you know, it's only in a wave 3, right? So if we look at the Fibonacci extension here and we go up to the 4.236, that's about 240. Now keep in mind, HBAR has a smaller supply than XRP as well. That doesn't mean HBAR is better than XRP. That doesn't mean HBAR is going to do better than XRP. That just means it's got a lower market cap, which is good. It's got less coins, which is good. And it doesn't have a wave 3, which is really good. So you have 3 reasons why XRP can, or HBAR can totally destroy XRP from a percentage perspective. So if we get to the 4.236, that's 600%. Now, I think it could go a lot higher than 600%, especially because when you look at wave 3s, they typically don't respect their linear scale. So you got to bump it up to a log scale. And now we're looking at 328. So from where we are now up to the 1618, you're looking at about 900 to 1,000%. So we could see about a 7, 8x, even 9x on HBAR. Now I'm going to go back to HBAR in a minute, but let's look at XRP. Here we go. So XRP is closer to the all-time high. XRP has a monster base, the biggest base ever in crypto. That's in the top relevant, right? And that has the same carbon copy as before. So now we just delete all that. And let's look at it from a fib level, because that's what matters, right? And this falls under the art of rotations. So if XRP wanted to get to its 161A on log scale, you're looking at around the same percentages. But that's a $25 XRP. So what's more likely? HBAR hitting 330 or what's more likely? XRP hitting $25, $26, $27. Or HBAR hitting $3 and some change. For XRP to hit $25, it would have to be a monstrosity. It would have to be a massive market cap. I just don't know. I mean, it's possible. I just don't think that I don't think it's gonna hit it. I mean, if it does, hey, I will be jumping up and down. I'll be running around in the street. I'll be screaming. I'll be going berserk. I would be just absolutely ecstatic. But I'm an XRP guy, right? And here I am. XRP is not even at the all-time high, and I'm already kind of throwing it under the bus for HBAR. Not really. I mean, not really. But, I mean, I'm just kind of, the XRP, usually when people are diehard on their coins, I'm diehard on percentages, right? And I'm also diehard on XRP and to some extent. But I'm a realist when it comes to percentages. Now, if I can see another coin that can give me better percentages, it's going to be very hard to let it go. Rotating is harder than you think, because you've accumulated. Think about how hard it is, right? You have this massive base. We just had a little tiny leg. We're about to go into price discovery. And you're already talking about maybe rotating some of that XRP into another coin that hasn't even been examined even 10% of the time as XRP. That's a hard thing to do, especially when you've been accumulating for the last 5 years plus, 5+ years, right? For me, I've been accumulating XRP since right around here. All through here, and all through here. And a little bit over here, but not a lot. Prior to that, it was all Bitcoin back in 2017. So in the summer of 2017, that's really when I got into crypto. But I didn't know a damn thing about it. I just threw money at it, seeing what happened, and it went up. And I thought, hey, I'm a genius. Until you get the bear market, and then you're like, whoa, what happened? And now you're like, now I need to get smart. Now I need to learn. So all of 2018, all of 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, and all of 24, that's when I was just full on dedicated charts, learning as much as I can. So it's not like I've been doing this for 10 years, but I've been doing this for a little bit of time now. So, an experience is the best thing you can have. And my main coin has been XRP for the longest time. So, but now I'm coming to the realization that, so HBAR is kind of like right here. Okay, let's put up H bar. We'll do it side by side. This doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean H bar is better. It doesn't mean it's just talking percentages, guys. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So let me go to XRP, or no, let me go to H bar real quick. Let me see, where is it at? Was that it? There we go. And then let's bump that up to the 4-day chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. Okay. And now XRP, I'm going to need to go to the monthly because it's a lot bigger here. Actually, I'm going to show you something here. Look at this. 2-week chart. There we go. Perfect. All right. So just by looking at it, XRP looks way more bullish. It has the shape. It has the structure. It has the base. It has the extension. It has everything. Everything. Perfect. Beautiful. Can't go wrong. H bar, on the other hand, all I see is a 1-2. Now, it could be a big home run, or it could be kind of a lackluster move. So I'm comparing H bar. So this structure right here, which is a 1-2, is the same as this back over here. And look what happened to XRP when we got that move. Now, if we had that same move for H bar, you're talking a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. So let's see how much money. So if I put a retracement level here, we basically hit one moment. Between the 2.272 and the 2.618, depending where you draw. We'll be more conservative. We'll say the 2.272. Okay. So if we did that same thing, right, because we're comparing it to this area over here, right? And here's the risky part. Look at this. So you had a wave 1, you had a pullback, you had a wave 1, you had a pullback, and then you had a 3-wave move up. Look at this. 1, 2, 3-wave move up. And what happened after that? Lights out, and then you went sideways. Lights out, and then you went sideways. And then you blast off a later time. So that is a reality. So how would I rotate into H bar? Well, we would need to be, already it looks way better than what XRP looked back over here. The reason why is because you can see where we chilled at, right? So you take this whole wave, you cut it in half. That's right where we came. You take this whole wave, look at that. We came all the way back down to the bottom. Now, it probably extended a little bit further down, but, H bar had a better shape, has a much more clear looking shape. So if I take a Fibonacci level and I go all the way down, okay, and then I go to the 2.272, that's at $18. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go to $18, but, that's it's a pretty significant move. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be even more conservative, and we'll just start it here, which is where? 1.417, 1.618. So that's around $2 to $4, right? And that's what we talked about as well. Okay, so if we did hit that 2.272, by the way, Dogecoin hit the 2.272 on its first extension, right? XRP did it. Why can't H bar? Why can't H bar do it? Okay. So if we did that, we're looking at from here all the way up. First of all, to the 1.618, you're looking at, like I said, 900%, almost like a 9x or so. But if we got up to the 2.272, that's 820. I'll just put it right at, yeah, there we go, 823. Guys, that's 5,500%. Okay, so 5,500%. Now, we're going to go, let's see here. Let me do this for a second. We'll just say, we'll be even more conservative. We'll say 5,000%. Okay, so if XRP went up 5,000%, even where it is now, where's that going to take us? 5,000%. You're looking at over $100 XRP. That's just not going to happen. There's no way. Sorry, it's not going to happen. No way. No way. There's no way. Unless the Fed comes out and shakes Brad Garlinghouse's hand on live international news, that's the only way. 5,000% of a market cap that's over $100 billion. That's just insane. You basically would be at a higher valuation than Bitcoin itself. By a lot, I think. I'm not a human calculator, so I don't know the exact number, but what's more realistic? HBAR hitting the 2.272 at $18 or XRP hitting $125. Now, I think they're both totally crazy. I think they're both, unobtainable. Just being realistic, being a conservative, because you got to be conservative. You don't want to be the guy who says, oh, yeah, it's going to hit $200, and then it only goes to $7, and then you look like just completely. It's better to have smaller expectations than bigger expectations. It's worse to shoot for the moon, It's better to just have smaller goals. That way, if you exceed your goals, you feel better about it versus having outrageous goals and you don't even come close to it, right? And you can say, well, why would HBAR hit the 2.272 and XRP cannot? Well, obviously the market cap, for one. HBAR has a bigger supply, number two. And then also, you can see how much XRP already expanded, right? So, and then also not only that, but HBAR, where's it at? HBAR basically only has one wave. So we haven't had a third or a fifth. XRP's already in its fifth wave. Okay? So this thing could be a monster. Now, I've never talked about HBAR like this. But now that it's showing me, hey, I'm strong, I'm big, I'm mighty, I'm powerful, I'm an American black. Look, all the black cards are like Algorand is black, right? It has the black logo. HBAR has the black logo. XLM has the black logo. XRP has the black logo. They're all American. And who's going to be president? Trump. And what does he say? America first. Who's going to be who's going to be put in position for the leaders of the new financial system, the fintech system? It's going to be American blockchains. They're going to be positioned in a way like nobody else can be. Now, other ones will be as well. I mean, you got Theta. I mean, look, the utility aspect is what matters, not because they're American or Chinese or whatever. It's because of the utility. It's, it doesn't matter. Like, that's like saying, Chevy is better than Honda because Chevy is American made, which I don't think it is. I mean, maybe back in the day it used to be, But now Chevys, I mean, I've been shopping around for cars and they're cheap, man. They're not up to date with their technology. Nothing against Chevy. I love American, but look, most of them are made in Mexico. So it's kind of like you're buying an American brand that's made in Mexico. Like, come on. Now the other ones are as well. But anyway, here's the thing. The main reason I think HBAR can have a big move is number one, it's showing its strength. Number two, it's only in a wave one, right? Or a wave three now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one. This would be a 2, right? And here's another count that I didn't even express yet, which is what? Which is the possibility that this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we're in that third wave. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? So how would it look? Well, let's take out the big guns here. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we have a 1, 2. Now we're in the third here, right? So where's the third going to go? Well, let's bust out some retracement levels, 4 and then 5. Maybe something like that's not unreasonable at all for an asset like this. So I'm seriously considering swapping some XRP for HBAR. Now, you could say, well, what about Theta? How come Theta isn't in that same category? It had a 1, it had a 2. That's true, it did. Let's look at it for a minute. And this one is also going to be massive. There we go. See, it's in the same category, right? It had a big 1, has a 2. Where's 3 at? It could be a monster move. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. The only issue I have with Theta is that it went up so much. The wave 1 was just so big, and you can see in here, it's not as fireworky. It doesn't have the, like HBAR sitting up here, XRP sitting up here, right? Partly because they're American, right? And you have the Trump thing. But there's no doubt in my mind Theta can't hit these bigger targets as well. Now, if Theta hit the 2.272 on log scale, that's going to be a big number. I mean, you're looking at $1,000. No. You're not looking at. You're looking at $1,400 Theta. Let's just go down to the closes here. Okay, since we did the closes, that's about 684 on log scale. Now, the only way we look at log scale is if we blow through the linear. So first of all, I'm just showing you the bigger numbers, but the way we do it is we look at linear scale, right? So if we can, number one, watch this. We break out of all our retracement levels, which, by the way, we're not even there yet. We're not even at the retracement levels. So we have to break all of these, number one. Then the next step is to get to that 618, right? Then the 2, then the 2618, 272, right? 3.414, then the 4.2. You get through all of these, you get through all of those, then we can say, okay, let's take this and bump it up to log. Now we're looking at, between $30 and $90 here on log. And if it really wanted to be even more insane than that, $3 to even $1,000. But these are just crazy numbers that I'm not going to even entertain at the moment, even though I'm entertaining them now. But again, we got to get through those linear scale targets. I'm just telling you the possibilities here. Now, it's going to be the reason why I'm explaining this is because I'm an XRP guy, right? And that's my biggest holding still to this day. And I'm letting you know that XRP is going to be much, much, much harder for XRP to hit these crazy numbers than it is for Theta or HBAR, especially HBAR. You say, well, why not Theta? Well, because HBAR has the ISO 202 thing. It also has the American thing, and it has it's showing more strength in its retracement levels. That's the only thing I'm basing it off of. But things can change, guys. In literally 24 hours, it could be different, right? We can have if for example, look at this cup here. Right now we're flagging out. If Theta just all of a sudden goes up to like 10, $12 and kind of flags out in here a little bit, I'm going to change my mind. I mean, I'm not going to change my mind, but I'm going to say, yeah, now we're talking here, right? Because it's all about fib levels. Right now we're between the 382 and the 50. All right, let's go back to HBAR. Now HBAR is approaching the all-time high. So it's at a bigger, now that could be at a disadvantage, but look at this. HBAR is already approaching, look at that. We've already broke above the 702 and the 786. Well, we're attempting to break the 786 now. So there's pros and cons to everything. The con is that we're closer to the target up here, which means what? Which means less percentages. But the pro is you're closer to breaking out into price discovery, whereas Theta is right here between the 382 and the 50. So for it to get to the 1618, that is a further distance than for HBAR to get to its 1618. So what would you rather ride? This bigger wave or this smaller wave? Obviously the bigger wave. But here's the thing. HBAR can get to its target first before Theta even attempts to break it. Which means what? That's why it's a delicate situation. You got to be very careful on how you think about rotating, if at all. That's why you do very small amounts at very key points in time. Right now, I wouldn't do anything. I would wait. Probably not too much longer, but I'm not talking about rotating HBAR for Theta or Theta for HBAR. I'm talking about XRP, right? Because HBAR and Theta both have 1-2s. 1-2. XRP has a 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's about to go into 5. So XRP is much more further along. Now that could be a good thing for safety, for being, there's more conviction in the move, but it's going to be a less percentage basis, right? So I do think XRP, without a doubt in my mind, will be a home run. I've always believed that. I believe it to this day. But being a home run and having a different percentage is two different things. Now let me show you XRP for a minute. Look at this. If you look at XRP, right here, and let's say we hit $10. Everybody says $10 XRP, $10. That seems to be the magic. That seems to be sort of the magic target, right? So it's either going to drastically undershoot it or overshoot it. So let's say we hit $10. We go all the way up to $10. That's only 330%. It's nothing. It's only a 3x. Right? So if XRP is at $3, you got 369, right? 369, that's 3x. Or if we get to 12, that'd be maybe a 4x. So 369, there you go. So that's not a lot. Now, for XRP to be interesting, it needs to hit 1,000%. So what would the number be if we hit 1,000%? Well, we would have to be at $27. And that would be its 1618 fib level or log level 1618 extension, which is possible, very possible. But how likely is it compared to, for example, HBAR hitting its 1618 log scale? Because it's only over here, right? HBAR is right here, guys. This is where HBAR is at. Or it could be here. That's the problem, right? We don't know. But if XRP is going to break out, if Bitcoin, if we're going to have an alt season, it's more likely over here. So how far did XRP go up from this little area? It went up 900%. Well, gee, wasn't that the same number we were talking about, 900%? Wow, that is interesting, isn't it? No, really, it is. I didn't even realize that. That's 900%. So if we had that big one there, you're looking at, look at that, 6,000%. Well, weren't we just talking about 5,500%? So there you go. I mean, that's proof right there. Now, that doesn't mean it's proof like it's going to for sure hit it. That's just proof that it's possible that it can hit it. Now, what's going to happen? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea how it's going to play out. But I kind of do, based off of what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. Like, dumb money is holding Bitcoin. If you're holding Bitcoin at this point, I don't get it. I have no Bitcoin at all at this point. I have zero Bitcoin. None. I'm completely out of Bitcoin. There's no reason. Bitcoin can go to $250,000 and it's only a couple 100%. It's nothing at all. So we're not in the business of 100, 200, 300%. We're in the business of a 10x, a 5x, a 10x, a 20x. That's what we want. Because little guys like us, maybe some of you guys are bigger guys, I don't know. But I would say most of us are lower middle class. I don't know how many millionaires are watching, if any. I mean, it's kind of rare to be a millionaire, especially, since how brutal our bear market was. But I think there will be, quite an increase over this if we get this alt season. Right? But the point is, people with smaller accounts, with smaller net worths, I'm saying less than $1 million, less than 500,000, even less than 100,000, even less than 30,000, less than 10,000, less than 1,000, right? Whatever. Guys with smaller accounts need bigger percentages so that we can, have it worth our while. Because if, say you had a couple $1,000 account and it's in Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes to 200,000, you're not going to make anything. You're going to make barely anything. And it's not realistic. So now with bigger risk comes bigger reward, right? So anyways, I ranted on long enough, but that's kind of a little freebie of a member style video. But that's not even close. I really get into the nitty gritty stuff, but that's just kind of a little bit of an eye opener. Like, whoa, I didn't think about it like that. And I don't know too many people on YouTube who are actually expressing it the way that I'm expressing it. Like, you don't have a lot of, like, most of the XRP guys wouldn't even dare to say that. But at the end of the day, I don't care, because that's all of it. At the end of the day, it's about money. It's about percentages. It's not about being in like an XRP maxi, right? I'm not an XRP maxi. I'm a percentage maxi. People say, oh, I'm a utility maxi. I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm an XRP maxi. No, 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 no. We are percentage maxis. That's what we care about. So I don't care if it's dog coin or poop coin or whatever coin. If it can offer me more percentage than the actual utility based coin, then why would I not play with it? You know, even though it's got more of a risk. But anyway, let's look at XRP. XRP looks really, really good looking at it on the daily. Let's zoom in here. Now, the reason I like it is because this is exactly how I envisioned it playing out, which is what? Well, look at this. We have an impulse. We have a 3-wave move down. We have a 3-wave move up. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move down. We have a 3, 3, 5, which is what? A 3-wave move. We have a 1, we have a 2. Or actually, it would be a 3 and a 4. It could be wave 3 of 4, and we still have to go into wave 5 of. I'm sorry. It could be a wave. Yeah, it could be. This could be wave 4 of 3, and we can go up into wave 5 of 3. Then we get wave 4. Then we get the wave 5, or this is wave 3, this is wave 4, now we're going into wave 5. It looks a little big to be a wave. It looks more like a wave 4. I don't know, it's a tough one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just doesn't seem, it seems more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we get this. And then we get that bigger pump. But yeah, it's a little bit tough. But that's why we don't. Well, we're gonna focus more on the on what's happening now. So, let me see. That's our line there. That's our downward resistance line. That's the line we need to break. So I was pulling it because I wanted to look at the middle, the mean of it. And we broke above the mean, which is important. So perfect hit, broke above the mean, next target, back up here, right? So then we flag out and then we continue. Now, if I look at this side by side with HBAR, okay, and I go down to the 2-hour chart, let me get rid of that. And then I'll get rid of that. Okay, so that's side by side. Now, which one looks better? Which one looks more bullish to you? I mean, obviously, HBAR looks a little more bullish because you got that bigger move. XRP just got that little tiny move. Now, why did HBAR get this bigger move and XRP got a smaller move? Because look at the way it retraced. XRP had a much bigger retracement. Look at that monster retracement. HBAR had a little retracement, right? XRP then came down. HBAR came down as well. So what we can do is we can take a Fibonacci from, how would I do this? I guess I could take it from here down, and you're right at the 50, right about there. Take another Fibonacci from the top of this wave, and you can see we're already at the 1-to-1. We're basically right there, right? But it's still not even a fair way to do it. So a better way, I think, would be a trend-based fib. So I would take it from here, up, and then down. And then from here, up, and then down. And it's still the same, pretty much. So there you go. HBAR looks a lot better. Now, if I do it one more way, a percentage from the low to the high, that's about 18%. Okay. Now, I'll do it for HBAR from the low to where we are now. Look at that. That's way higher. That's almost 40%. It's like twice the amount. Okay. So already HBAR is saying, hey, I have more strength than XRP. Yeah. XRP was great, but I got more strength right now. So again, if HBAR is leading, because it's all about the correction, but it's also about who recovers first, who recovers the strongest, right? If you look at Theta's move here, here's your top, all right? Well, if you look at XRP's move here, here's the top. Boom, 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 boom. And it's only right here. HBAR is way the hell up there. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. It could just be maybe a news event that I didn't read. Maybe something happened news related. Maybe it's just, But look at what's happening now. XRP is dumping, and HBAR looks like nothing's wrong. So, we'll see how this plays out. But, obviously things rotate when XRP gets too much. Now, what we can do, I've never done this before. I've never looked at this chart, but what I can do is I can go here and let's look at XRP versus HBAR. And let's see what it looks like. So XRP versus HBAR. I'm gonna actually so if it's going down, that means HBAR is winning. If it's going up, then HBAR is winning. If this chart's going down, then XRP is winning. Let's zoom all the way out. Okay, so that's the whole chart. It's really not helpful as I expected, but I look at it more as an oscillator. So okay, so when XRP is up here, that means XRP is too overvalued compared to HBAR. When XRP is down here, that means HBAR is too overvalued. Right? So if you take a line and you put it in the middle, roughly, there's the middle area right there, right around there somewhere. There we go. So there's the mean. So right now, XRP is considered a little bit overvalued compared to HBAR. Now, it's not really too fair because you only had one little point here. So what I would then do is move this up just a little bit here. Get rid of that. And then here's your mean. So you're actually right in the middle here. So I would say it's about equal to where XRP is versus where HBAR is. Right? But this is actually starting to trend down. So if we start trending down here, that means HBAR is kicking XRP's butt. If this starts to go up, that means XRP is kicking butt against HBAR. That doesn't matter. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's being diversified. Why would I own one and not the other? It's best to just own both. If you have exposure to both, you can't lose. Right? But do you want 50%? Right? Do you want maybe 75, 25%? 60-40? That's the question. Right? So anyways, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to briefly explain that. I didn't know where this video was going to go. I just roll with it. So we looked at XRP, we looked at Theta. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Weekly candle looks good. We held support. We held the lows. We didn't completely dump. Looks fine. Right away, it's looking different than the fractal back over here. I mean, kind of, sort of. Let me take this move right here. And then we're going to take this fractal and we're going to bring it back over here. And so if we look at this area right here, you can see this is a pretty good looking candle. But if we look back over here, you know, you didn't really have that too much. You know, you had a little bit of a pump. So you had kind of this three-wave move, 1, 2, 3, and then we dumped. All right, so if we go back in time, if we go back today, similar, right? We have a 1, 2, 3. So here's the moment right here, 3. Are we going to dump like we did last time? That's going to be the big question. If we dump, chances are Bitcoin's in distribution. Or it could also be this expanded flat. And then we go up and hit the high, maybe hit 120K, blast hoorah, and then that's where we get our alt season. I hope Bitcoin's not in distribution. I hope Bitcoin can have at least another wave up. And it would make sense because I only see, you know, I mean, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's get 5. I want to see one more wave. So it'll be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the ending of the 5th, which means you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be the 5th of the 5th. Then you get one of these guys, kind of go sideways, then you get your alt season. So that's kind of how I'm thinking. Now, if Bitcoin is in distribution, then, you know, it's probably just going to have to consolidate in here and then hopefully get some kind of alt season in there, which is likely because it's what happened before to some extent. But anyway, let's do a quick rapid fire here on some charts. Looks very corrective to me. Like you can just see we're probably going to need something like that. So we have a 1 and then we get a 2 and then we go up. For BOEM. For DOT, could be the same thing. Now here's the difference. Well, here's the deal. Like if this is a 1, this is a 2, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get a three-way pullback and then we continue. So that's route number 1. Route number 2 is this. So which one's it going to be? A, B, C, go, or flag out and go? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Some of them look better than others. Sheeb. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Render, yeah, a little bit better. Looks a little better. Flow, definitely better. I mean, you got that three-wave shape. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be A, B, C, right? Or it could be some kind of flat. Tia. Same thing. I mean, they're all the same. Even Theta, you know, it could be some kind of running flat here. So a 1 and a 2. It would actually be better if it was a flat. Same with XRP. It could be some kind of three-way move like that. 1, 2. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you can hit the like, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think, and hope you guys have a great holiday and Merry Christmas, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.